This is the Quility weighted blanket. My name is David and this is my review. When looking to size your weighted blanket, I highly recommend that you stick with their guidelines of either 10 to 15% of your body weight. Personally for me, I feel like I'd be more in the 10% body weight. This is the big blanket. This is the 30-pound blanket here. It's a little bit too heavy for me. I think I would have been better off with around a 20-pound blanket as opposed to the 30-pound blanket. With the Quility blanket, the weight is evenly distributed across the entire blanket, which is going to give you that kind of nice swaddling feeling, which honestly to me, I was kind of surprised how much I actually liked it. I was mainly getting this to just prevent myself from tossing around and throwing covers off in the middle of the night, which is something I always do, and then I'm waking up cold and just waking up in general, and that's always like really annoying. The other thing I do is I kick the covers off my feet, and then my feet are exposed, and then I get cold, and then I wake up in the middle of the night also. Those are the inconveniences that I went to when looking at a weighted blanket. The Quility blanket gets its weight from the glass beads inside of it. What's really cool about that is it avoids lead, and the other thing too is you really can't hear the glass beads inside here. In fact, I didn't even know that this blanket had glass beads inside of here until I looked it up. The other thing is you don't have to worry about them being sharp or anything like that, or cutting you. That's really not going to happen with this blanket. One thing for sure, I would avoid any blanket that uses lead. This one does not use lead at all. One of my biggest concerns when going to a weighted blanket was I was going to get really hot at night. I will say that it is a little bit warmer than one of these like thin sheets, but it's about the same as a typical like top cover that you would have on a normal bed. With that said, it being the middle of summer, I can sleep with just this weighted blanket over me as a cover and be perfectly okay without worrying about overheating. I really like the soft micro suede that they decided to put on both sides of this blanket, as well as the little raised bumps on this side of the blanket. When I first saw this blanket, that's what really stood out to me, with those nice raised bumps. It just really seems really inviting to me when I see this blanket. At 30 pounds, I find this blanket to be a little bit too heavy to move from the bedroom to the couch where I'm watching like TV or a movie. If I would have got a lighter blanket, I think I might have used it more for that purpose. In terms of washing this blanket, you can always dry clean it, but you can also take it apart and machine wash the outside with cold water. And then on the inside, this is actually cotton, so the outside is polyester. You can take this and hand wash it if you'd like. While I have this open, you can actually see the squares where the glass beads are actually filled in, and that's how the weight gets distributed across the blanket. One quick con I have about this blanket is sometimes when too much material gets spilt over the edge, it can be hard to pull the cover back up, but that is to be expected with a weighted blanket. Lastly, this blanket does come with its own bag, which is great if you want to take it on the go. If you're looking for a blanket that will swaddle you in the middle of the night, or if you're tired of kicking the covers off your feet, or throwing the covers off your body, or having the covers tucked underneath your back like I did, this blanket will help you accomplish all that